Jaria Digital tells you many different stories of the world. The horrible story about a church. Bobby's father had already died when Bobby was born. Bobby went to church with his mother when he was young. Mother was very lonely without her husband, so she spent a lot of time at church with Bobby. They lived in a rural area in the province. There was a small church in that town. Bobby played with some friends at church every day. His friends and the pastor of the church were like his family members. Bobby liked the church very much. There was only one church in that area, so all residents went to the same church. The town was small and its residents were mostly farmers. Bobby was at peace with God and he had been very happy with his friends. The church had a revival assembly day every year. That event was more important than Easter and Christmas in the town. Even sick people attended church when the revival assembly happened. Everybody prayed the church grows bigger. The gentle pastor cried and prayed first and then everybody cried and prayed together later. Bobby's friends and Bobby also cried at the event every year. But when Bobby was in second grade, his peace of mind was broken because of the revival assembly. The day of the event was the same as the previous events. Everybody cried and prayed together. But Bobby didn't cry at that event. He just prayed. He was not sad at all. On the contrary, he was happy to feel the God. However, the next day at school, Bobby's friends were hostile to him. They looked tired because they cried a lot at the event. And they didn't like Bobby because he didn't cry at all at the event. They told Bobby that he didn't have faith. Bobby was afraid of losing his friends, so he apologized to them right away. But they didn't accept his apology and ignored him continuously. When he went to church on Sunday, Bobby told the pastor what happened to him at school. The pastor called Bobby's friends and let Bobby apologize to them. And he scolded Bobby too. Since then, Bobby cried harder than anyone else at the revival assembly every year. When Bobby became a high school student, his mother left the town to work in Manila. And one girl transferred from a school in Manila. Her father was a businessman to start farming business in the town. They lived on the hill near the church. They attended a church service every Sunday. And then the revival assembly started. But the girl didn't attend the revival assembly event. Her parents didn't allow it. At school, every student was hostile to her. Bobby liked the girl but he bullied her very hard. Because he had a trauma. Everybody ignored her since then. Finally, the girl's family didn't attend the church service every Sunday. And then the whole town ignored them. One day Bobby found smoke on the hill near church. The girl's house was on fire. But nobody helped to put out the fire. When the firefighters arrived on the hill, the house was completely burned. And 3 people were dead in that house. The firefighters found the girl and her parents remained dead. And nobody knew if the fire was arson or not. The next year, when the pastor cried and prayed at the revival assembly event, Bobby saw the girl was standing beside the pastor. Bobby screamed but nobody knew he screamed because everyone cried together. And then Bobby saw her parents too. They surrounded the pastor. Bobby was scared to death to see them. And he ran away from the church that night. All night long, he was very scared of the ghost. And then the next morning he left for Manila to see his mother. Since then he never went back to his town. Her mother asked him the reason, but he never answered. He regretted that he ever bullied the girl. One day his mother told him that the church was burned with lightning and the pastor passed away. Bobby has prayed for the girl and her parents every day. His mother didn't know whom he prayed for, but he prayed for them and he never saw them again. Now Bobby is studying to become a pastor for them in Manila. We will deliver a variety of issues and knowledge around the world. Thank you for watching Jaria Digital.